Welcome back, my wonderful weirdos. My name is Destiny for anybody joining in, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I usually do horror, but I attempted to do this on one of my live streams. I was playing Minecraft, and I got this Egyptology map pack, and everything was going good, and I thought it was great, and I tried to explain some of the stuff that I knew. It didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to, so we're going to attempt to do this again a little bit more of a different format. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, and it gives you a little bit of information, and, I just wanted to, share my information with you. So over here, we're going to go over here to the Colossi of Memnon, which are two giant statues of the pharaoh Amenhotep III, which he was the 9th pharaoh of the 18th dynasty, which the 18th dynasty was from 1549 to 1292 before Christ had entered, which it's also located west of modern Luxor. And don't forget the size. They're huge. They're massive. They're 60 feet high, and they weighed over 720 tons. And think about the people who created this. People who don't have power. They don't have cars. They don't have giant things to help you pick up these stones. And these things are not little by any means. And I'll show you a picture with this as well, so you guys can get the idea of it. Next, we're going to go over to... Okay, forgive me if I see these wrong, and I apologize. Der El Bari, and then it's a mortuary temple for Hatshepsut, which she was around in about 1450 BC, before Christ entered and stuff like that. So that's when she reigned, and she reigned for, I believe, 21 years. And she did a hell of a job. She did great. She brought everybody up and did really awesome. On the way up to her temple, there's actually sphinxes. But I believe, from what I researched and stuff like that, the sphinxes actually have her head, like her face, carved into it instead of like just the normal sphinx. So I thought that was super cool. So I'm a fan of her. Anyway, so this place is located in the Valley of the Kings. It was a burial place for the new kingdom of pharaohs, as well as some of their relatives, officials, and priests. So when you head up the stairs up of this huge temple, it's really cool. There's actually these huge statues, and I believe there's one for every column, and they don't show them here in Minecraft, so I'm going to show you what the statues look like. They're actually statues of the god Osiris, and he is the god of the afterlife. So this way, we're going to head over here, and I think this is one of the coolest things they actually added in Minecraft, and I really loved it. So what this is an obelisk, and obelisks were kind of made to just put at the entrance of temples, and they show the ingenuity and engineering of Egyptians. It's super cool. So what happened was this one is actually in a location called Aswan, and the final destination for this one was actually expected to be like over 100 miles away, if not longer. Like, it was an insane amount. But what happened was they were trying to create one of the biggest obelisks. I believe they actually tried, which it would have been probably about 137 feet tall and about 1,200 tons. But it's super cool. So what happened was I think they were planning to get this sucker out of there, and it cracked. And that was it. That was it. They're like, nope, we're not doing this anymore, and they walked away from it. And this thing is probably about 3,500 years old. And the coolest part about this is they actually made it into an open air museum, which means that you can actually walk on top of it and look around and check it out. And I think that's super phenomenal that you can actually go there and see the mass size of this. Over here is a set of two different temples, and I'm going to show you one and then I'm going to show you the other one. And it's in Abu Simbel, located on Lake Nasser, about 140 miles from Aswan. Originally carved out of the mountainside in the 19th dynasty when Ramses II reigned. So these temples actually belong to Ramses II, and he reigned between 1279 and 1300 about. And this temple that we're looking at, he actually made for his wife Nefertari. So this is the temple of Hathor and Nefertari. And Hathor, and I heard it spoken different ways, so I call her Hathor. She is the goddess of sky, of women, and of fertility and love. So I think that's super cool. And he's got like structures of his wife and then Hathor with the 6 people you see before you. And with the other one is the Great Temple of Ramses II over here. And he had built this one as kind of commemorate his victory at the Battle of Kadesh, which that battle happened in 1275 before Christ entered. And it was actually one of the largest chariot battles, which I thought was super cool. These are actually chariots. And chariots are a two-wheeled, horse-drawn vehicle used in ancient warfare and racing. But anyways, with this battle, it actually led to the world's first ever recorded peace treaty. And that was super cool, especially back in that day. Like, they actually agreed, let's be peaceful, let's work this out. So he wanted to build these temples to kind of signify that he, you know, did a good job. And over here is one of the most iconic things that you see in Egypt, anything located or relatively around Egypt, is the Great Sphinx of Giza. And this is a huge limestone creature which has the body of a lion and a human head, with the royal headdress that they, you know, the pharaohs wore and stuff like that. So it's super cool, but it's fascinating. So it's crazy big. So it's actually measured about 240 feet long and 66 feet high. And it's absolutely phenomenal. So over here we have the big, awesome pyramids that everybody knows, and it actually is one of the world wonders, and actually one of the larger ones that are intact, and it's super cool. So what it is, so we have these 3 pyramids here, and people believe that they were built they were thinking they were probably built about 2560 BC. They're not entirely sure about that, but they're fairly old. So anyways, the smaller one is the Pyramid of Menkaure, and then the middle one is Pyramid of Khafre, and then Khufu is the one on the other side, on the end. And I hope I got all the names right, and I apologize if I don't. And the super cool thing about these is that people have this theory that these 3 pyramids actually match the Belt of Orion, and I'll show that as well. And the Belt of Orion is up, obviously, in the stars, and it's just the way they're planned out and the way they're set up, just super fascinating. Well, guys, I hope you appreciated this. I hope I gave you enough information to enjoy. And if you guys like this, thumbs it up. Go ahead, comment below. Tell me what's your favorite mythology. Do you have one? So if you guys like this, go ahead and let me know. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell for more notifications, because, you know, honestly, I'm getting better at these videos, and I'm gonna be, I don't know, more obnoxious, I guess. I appreciate you checking it out. And I hope you have a wonderfully weird day, and I shall see you guys next time.